Hello, my name is Maria Chung Willoughby, and this is today's December 6th, 2021, Monday's version of Tech Corner. Computer Security Day was on Wednesday, December 1st, 2021, and this week, starting with today, Monday, December 6th, 2021, is Computer Science Education Week. Computer Science Education Week is an annual call to action to inspire K through 12 students to learn computer science, advocate for equity, and celebrate the contributions of students, teachers, and partners to this field. Today we explore cybersecurity. There are numerous ways that hackers can get into your computer system and wreak havoc on your life. And here are a few of them to watch out for. One of them is social engineering. That's where attackers create social situations that encourage you to share your password and credentials. So we want to be aware of this and be careful that we're only giving out information to those that are known and trusted and on a need-to-know basis. The next most common way that attackers compromise systems are through password attacks. And attackers can use a number of methods to break a username or discover a password. So make sure that you don't use anything that's easily guessable. Whenever a temporary password is set for you, it's not automatically requesting that you change your password. Be sure to change it on your own. And don't use passwords that are similar for all of your different accounts, and don't use passwords that you've previously used in the past or that include birth dates, addresses, and that type of well-known information that someone else may have access to. Another form of security attack is SQL injection, and this is where a hacker injects harmful information into an SQL statement with a security vulnerability. So there may be a line of code unknown to you that's being placed into your system, and at the right moment, when it's run, it can cause a situation that can compromise your entire system. Another common form of hacking into accounts or having your account compromised is eavesdropping. In this situation, hackers monitor the platform's traffic and the job it does to see if they can find out where the weaknesses are and how to better compromise your your system. A very common way of having your system compromised is through phishing. Data sent by the intruder often is as an email, but it can always also come in as a text, um, through phone calls, and it makes a way for people to feel comfortable communicating their information. So in a way, sometimes it can be cross-related to social engineering. So you want to be careful when you receive emails from unknown email providers or email that may sound different in tone from what the originator of that email normally has, or that company, the tone that the company usually uses when they contact you, or that individual has when they contact you. If something seems suspicious, make sure that you call that company or that person to confirm that they indeed sent you this information or requested or communicated what was communicated in there. A good way to check is to click on the from and make sure that you're able to read that email address and ensure that it is from that provider. And sometimes it can be a little tricky because it can look very similar to addresses that come from that particular business or company. Also, when you're calling companies, sometimes a lot of us, we might Google a company for their 800 number, and the number we dial may be off. It may be 888 instead of 800, and then you get a whole prompt for information, and you think you're waiting for that company, but in the meantime, you're giving permission and authorization for them to take that information and use it for something else, and it's not even the company that you're contacting. Or you may call the company, it may have a similar name. So we want to be very astute at these types of things. If you do find that happening, you want to contact that vendor immediately to let them know so that if they have enough complaints, action can be taken. Another form of having systems compromised is through malware attacks. Now, this is a malicious program that disrupts or damages the computer. This can come from opening a file, and again, through that phishing attempt, you might open something. It can come from opening a file, downloading something that may not take effect until a certain time or date or when certain activities happen with it. So you want to be very careful of what you download, what websites you go go to porn sites are very well known to um, have these types of things happen. So again, we want to be very careful and cognizant. Another form, and definitely not the last or the least, is numerous different ways that your account can be compromised, is through DOS or DDoS. And that would be denial of service or distributed denial of service. Denial of service basically is where an intrusion is used to remove links to machine services by inserting malicious traffic into the database. So normally where you might have a line of code that would do something functional for you, instead there's a malicious line there that does something that blocks you from being able to access the program that you're trying to access or have it run effectively the way that it should. Distributed denial of service is another form of denial of service, but with this type of denial of service, you get a flooding of the system. It's typically a web server with data in order to overwhelm it, and it prevents the users from accessing a website. So if you've ever had a situation where your computer is running entirely too slow, you may be a victim of distributed denial of service. If you go to check your task manager, you might have only one window open, you're checking your emails and nothing else is really going on in the background, but you have 20 instances of Chrome, you have like 100 instances of background processes going on, and maybe another 80 instances of Windows processes. It's very likely that you could have been a victim of denial of service or distributed denial of service. Some preventative measures, again, keeping your system protected. We talked about protecting it through being aware of social engineering and making sure you're giving information out only on a need-to-know basis. We want to do the same with our computer systems when it doesn't come to human contact, computer to computer contact. We want to make sure that we have a VPN in place. Very beneficial so that, again, your computer can't automatically be targeted. You know, also there's other benefits to it that I won't go into here, but you want to make sure you have a VPN in place, your firewall is up. Um, it's always recommended that you update, but depending on your level of knowledge, you can use your discretion on how you update things. You want to make sure that you have antivirus protection on your computer, and you have it set to check automatically ever so often as an extra layer of protection, because these types of attacks happen so often and they're fairly easy to do, so just about any kid can do it. And you know, outside of being a nuisance, if you're running a business or your livelihood depends on your computer, it can wreak havoc. So we always want to make sure that you have a backup of everything. You want to make sure that you have a backup of everything just in case. Once again, Maria Chung Willoughby with today, Monday, December 6th, 2021's version of Tech Corner. I hope you have a great day and stay safe.